The host nation stands in a three-way tie across the medal count after the first day of competition here in Milano Cortina. Switzerland took home the Olympics' first gold medal with a win in the men's downhill. Let's recap the biggest stories from the first full day of action at Milano Cortina. In men's downhill, Kyle Negamir recorded the top finish for Team USA, coming in 10th as the alpine skiing competition opened Saturday in Bormio. Over in women's downhill, Lindsey Vonn completed her second training run in a weather-shortened session that saw just under half the field actually ski. The United States women's hockey team routed Finland to improve to 2-0 in group play. The legendary Hilary Knight tied the American record for career Olympic goals with her 14th. In curling, the United States mixed doubles team of Corey Teesey and Corey Dropkin suffered their first losses of the tournament to Great Britain and Korea, but still sit in playoff position through 6 matches. Snowboarding Big Air brought us the first controversy of the games. The United States' Ollie Martin was edged off the podium on the final run of the night that had some head-scratching scoring. Japan took both gold and silver in that event. And in figure skating, the United States had a strong but uneven night on the ice. Ilya Malinin was a bit rocky by his standards in the men's short program, but ice dancers Madison Chock and Evan Bates won the free skate. The Americans remain atop the standings heading into tomorrow's final 3 components. For all the latest news on everything from the Winter Games, keep watching, reading, and following Yahoo Sports.
The first gold medal of the Milano Cortina Olympics goes to Switzerland as 24-year-old Franjo van Almen wins the men's downhill here in Bormio. For the 4th straight Olympics, the American men failed to medal in this event, with Kyle Negamir finishing 10th and Bryce Bennett 13th. It's been since Bodie Miller, way back in 2010, winning the bronze in Vancouver, that Team USA has had a place on the podium in the downhill. Still, both Negamir and Bennett were thrilled with their finishes, and for very different reasons. Negamir had never made a top 10 in a World Cup level downhill event, so he leaves feeling very proud to put on one of the best performances of his career on an extremely difficult course, one that he had crashed on previously in the World Cup and is known in the sport as the, quote, ribbon of death. Bennett, on the other hand, said this would be his last Olympic race after a 13th place finish and felt there was little he could have done Saturday to ski any better. After 12 years with the U.S. ski team, he said this race will leave him completely satisfied if it's indeed his last competition. But in the end, this was Franjo van Almen's day, proving his downhill world championship gold from last year was no fluke. Keep up with Yahoo Sports for the latest results from the 2026 Winter Olympics.
It didn't matter that Finland had recovered from the norovirus. It had its full roster available on Saturday. The U.S. still easily swatted aside the Finns to improve to 2-0 in group play at the Olympics. The highlight of a 5-0 U.S. shutout was a second-period power play goal by Hilary Knight. It was Knight's 14th career goal at the Winter Games, and it tied the American record for goals scored at the Olympics. 5 American players scored. The U.S. outshot Finland 49-11, and yet in talking to the American players after the game, they weren't completely satisfied. Multiple players felt they squandered too many power play opportunities in the game. The U.S. will have a chance to right that wrong against Switzerland 2 days from now. Keep up with all the latest Olympic news and results at Yahoo Sports.
There was some controversy from an American standpoint in Saturday's snowboard big air final. A 17-year-old Ollie Martin from Colorado lost out on the bronze medal to China's Su Yibing, the defending Olympic champion, who took 3rd place despite failing to cleanly land his final trick. At that point in the competition, Su was behind, and it was going to take a spectacular run for him to claim a 2nd gold medal. And while he almost pulled it off, he did land with 2 hands on the ground, which is typically a significant penalty in this competition. At that point, Martin was in 3rd place, and a bad score for Su would have given him the bronze medal. Instead, the judges gave Su just enough points to put him on the podium and knock Martin out. Martin chose not to speak to reporters after the event, and when I asked his mother, Anne, if she was surprised at Su's score, she said, quote, "I won't say anything about that." Outside of that controversial call, Japan went 1-2 in this event, with 21-year-old Kira Kimura landing a switch backside 1980 mute to claim the gold medal, while Ryoma Kamada took the silver.
So it turns out that even gods can have off nights. Ilya Malinin, the quad god, skated a solid but unspectacular routine, by his standards at least. The United States still leads the team figure skating event, but its path to a repeat gold just got a bit more narrow. At his best, Malonen is as good as skating gets. But tonight, Malonen wasn't at his best. He turned in an unexpectedly rocky performance and finished second in the men's short program to Japan's Yuma Kajiyama. Malonen's final score of 98 was more than 10 points behind Kajiyama's first place 108.67. On the other hand, the ice dance duo of Madison Chock and Evan Bates, veterans of a combined 9 Olympic Games, skated a brilliant bullfight-inspired free dance that earned a 133.23 and landed them atop the ice dance standings. After the men's short program and the ice dance free skate, Team USA has now amassed 44 points, with Japan in second with 39 and Italy in third with 37. 3 components remain in the team event: pairs, women, and men. And while the United States is strong in all 3 of these components, as tonight showed in the Olympics, nothing is guaranteed. It's Super Bowl Sunday in America, but here in Milano Cortina, it's time for skiing, starting with the remarkable comeback of Lindsey Vonn. Just 9 days after tearing her ACL, Vonn will attempt her signature event, the women's downhill. Practice runs have gone very well for Vonn so far. Could this remarkable story end on the podium? Also on the hill for the United States, Breezy Johnson and Jackie Wiles, who will attempt to snare medals of their own. Also today, snowboarders will hit the slopes in both the men's and women's giant slalom, events where the U.S. hasn't found the podium since 2006. But that was in Italy, so you never know. And the great sport of curling continues in Cortina as the U.S. mixed doubles builds on its hot start, facing Estonia and Sweden. It's always worth checking out the sport that all of us think we can do. We'll also see medals awarded in luge, specifically the men's single event, with Jonathan Eric Gustafsson and Matthew Greiner in the field for the Americans. Finally, this will be a huge night in figure skating as the U.S. will try to wrap up a second straight gold medal in the team event. The final night features free skates from the men, women, and pairs. That's what to watch today at the Winter Olympics. To keep up with everything from Milano Cortina, tune in here to Yahoo Sports.